Hey everyone, excited to dive into a new career deep dive today. And this time we're talking all about skincare, thanks to this awesome stack of resources from RoleCatcher that you sent our way. Looks like you're really considering becoming an esthetician, am I right?
It seems like such a rewarding field. I can definitely see the appeal. And
Yeah.
yeah, these roll catcher materials seem like a great resource to help us unpack all the details.
Totally agree. So let's get right into it, shall we?
Yeah.
So, first things first, what exactly does an esthetician DO on a daily basis? I mean, I know RoleCatcher mentions providing skincare treatments, but I'm guessing it's more than just giving people facials, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's way more than just facials, though. Those are definitely a core part of it.
Okay, good to know. So what else is involved?
Well, think of an esthetician as a true skin health specialist.
I like that.
Yeah, so we're talking facials, of course, but also all sorts of other amazing treatments like exfoliation, peels, masks, even some really high-tech stuff like microdermabrasion.
Wow, microdermabrasion, that sounds intense.
It is, but super effective. And some estheticians even offer things like laser therapy, makeup application, and hair removal.
So you're telling me those eyebrow threading videos on Instagram are about to get a whole lot more relevant?
Exactly. It's a surprisingly diverse field. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye.
I'm seeing that already.
Hmm.
Now, one thing that really stood out from the RoleCatcher info was that projected 17% job growth for estheticians by 2029.
Yeah, it's a massive jump.
Huge. That's almost twice the average for all occupations, which is pretty incredible. What do you think is driving that demand?
Well, for one thing, I think there's a huge cultural shift happening towards self-care and wellness these days, and skincare plays a central role in that.
It's not just about vanity anymore, right?
No, not at all. People are realizing that taking care of your skin is part of taking care of your overall well-being.
Makes sense.
Plus, people are more educated about skincare now than ever before. They understand the science behind it and are willing to invest in professional treatments to get those amazing results.
And let's be real, those before and after photos can be pretty convincing.
They really can. And we can't forget about the aging population. As we age, maintaining our skin's vitality becomes more and more important.
It's true. We all want that youthful glow.
Exactly. And that means a much larger client base for skilled estheticians.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
But of course, RoleCatcher keeps it real about the challenges too. They mention it can be physically demanding, super competitive,
Oh, definitely.
and you constantly have to stay updated with the latest trends and technologies.
It's a fast-paced field, that's for sure. What advice would you give to someone just starting out facing all that competition?
That's a great question. I'd say it's important to go in with your eyes wide open. Being an esthetician isn't always glamorous. It's not all cucumber masks and Zen music.
Right, there's hard work involved too.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You're on your feet a lot. You're constantly interacting with clients, which can be both rewarding and exhausting. And yeah, like you said, you got to stay ahead of the curve.
It's a lot to juggle. It is, but for the right person, it can be so rewarding. You get to make people feel good about themselves. You're helping them boost their confidence and feel their best. It's a pretty special career path.
I can definitely see that. So for those of you who are up for the challenge, let's keep going. What does RoleCatcher say about navigating that career ladder? I'm dying to know more.
Well, they actually lay out a really clear progression. They break it down into stages, highlighting the skills and responsibilities that come with each level.
I love a good roadmap. Let's break down those stages, shall we? Starting with, I'm guessing, entry level? Entry level makes sense. So for those listening who are just starting out, paint us a picture here. What does that actually look like day to day based on those RoleCatcher insights?
So at the entry level, you're really in learning mode. Think of it like an apprenticeship.
Okay, got it. Like you're getting your feet wet.
Exactly. You'll be shadowing experienced estheticians, assisting with treatments, making sure the treatment rooms are spotless.
Those are the glamorous behind-the-scenes tasks.
Exactly. But it's all about mastering those essential techniques, becoming familiar with products. It's all about building that strong foundation.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You have to learn the basics before you can move on to the more advanced stuff, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so once you've got those fundamentals down, what comes next on this career ladder?
Well, that would be junior esthetician. You're moving on up.
All right, junior esthetician. I like the sound of that. What does RoleCatcher highlight as the key differences at this level?
This is where you really start spreading your wings.
Ooh, tell me more about that.
You're performing more treatments independently, conducting those skin analyses.
So you're not just following instructions anymore, you're really using your knowledge.
Exactly.
That's exciting.
It is. You're really starting to hone your skills, your judgment, building that rapport with clients, becoming the face of the business.
I bet those people skills are super important at that stage, right?
Oh, absolutely. You got to be a people person. You're interacting with clients all day, listening to their concerns, figuring out the best treatments for their skin type.
It's like being a therapist and a skincare expert all rolled into one.
Uh-huh, you could say that.
So it sounds like junior esthetician is where you really start to hit your stride, build that confidence.
Definitely.
But I'm dying to know what awaits us at the top of this majestic mountain we're climbing. Senior esthetician, tell me everything.
The peak of the skincare mountain. Think of it as a leadership role with, a whole lot of skincare expertise.
Okay, I like where this is going. Give us the details. What does a senior esthetician actually do?
So, according to RoleCatcher's example profile, a senior esthetician is not just a master of their craft, but also a mentor, a manager.
So they're like the wise skincare guru that everyone turns to for advice.
Exactly.
I love it. So we're talking managing a team, developing spa menus, maybe even training new hires.
Exactly. You're basically running the show at this point.
Wow, talk about a glow up. From entry level to skincare boss. But here's a question. RoleCatcher also mentioned something about specializing within the field. Tell me more about that.
Oh, yeah, that's where things get really interesting.
It's like a niche within a niche.
Right. So let's say you're super passionate about acne treatment, or maybe anti-aging is your thing.
Ooh, anti-aging. Sign me up.
Right. But the point is, you can become known for that specific treatment. You build a reputation, become the go-to expert.
That's such a smart strategy for standing out, especially as you gain more experience.
Yeah.
And I bet it keeps things interesting for you too.
Exactly. It's all about finding your passion.
Now, for the ultimate power move, didn't RoleCatcher also mention something about opening your own practice?
They did. That's like the ultimate entrepreneurial dream, going from esthetician to a full-blown business owner.
Creating your own skincare empire, setting your own hours, curating the ultimate spa experience.
Talk about a rewarding career path.
But let's be real. Whether you're aiming for a senior position or dreaming of opening your own spa, you need those in-demand skills.
So true.
What does RoleCatcher have to say about that? What are those essential skills that every aspiring esthetician needs to succeed?
Okay.
Okay, so skills, skills, skills. What does RoleCatcher say are those must-haves for anyone wanting to rock this career?
Well, they emphasize this really well-rounded approach, which I totally agree with. They talk about needing a balance of technical skills, awesome customer service, and a commitment to always keep learning.
Okay, so it's like this trifecta of talent. You got to have those hands-on skills, that genuine desire to help people, and be a total skincare nerd at heart, constantly keeping up with all the latest and greatest. So let's break it down, starting with those technical skills. What are we talking about here?
So obviously, mastering those hands-on treatments is super important.
Right, you got to know how to give a fantastic facial.
Exactly. But it goes way beyond that. You also need a deep understanding of different skin types. What works for one person might not work for another.
Oh, totally. Like, I'm allergic to basically everything, so I need someone who really knows their stuff.
Exactly. And then there's understanding contraindications, certain ingredients that don't mix well, or maybe a client is using a medication that could react badly with a certain treatment. You really need to know your stuff.
That makes total sense. You don't want to accidentally turn someone's face green.
Exactly. It's about being a true professional.
And that's where those state-approved esthetician programs come in, right?
Exactly. Getting that formal training, getting licensed, that's key. It shows potential employers that you've got the knowledge and the skills to work safely and effectively.
It's like the foundation you build everything else on.
Absolutely. But then comes that it factor, that thing that really sets estheticians apart, customer service.
Because at the end of the day, you're working with people, right?
Yes.
They want to feel pampered, understood. It's not just about slapping on a face mask. It's about creating an experience.
You hit the nail on the head. And RoleCatcher's sample interview questions actually touch on this a lot. They ask things like, how would you handle a difficult client? Or what if someone is unhappy with their service?
Ooh, those are tough ones.
They are. But it's about being prepared for those real-life situations.
Because, let's be honest, not every client is a dream client.
Right. You're going to have those days. And sometimes it's about setting boundaries, but doing it with compassion.
It's a delicate dance.
Huh?
So you've got the skills, you've mastered those client interactions, but the learning doesn't stop there, does it? RoleCatcher definitely emphasizes that whole continuous learning thing.
Oh, absolutely not. The beauty and skincare industry is constantly evolving. New ingredients, new technologies, new trends. It's part of what makes it so exciting.
It's like fashion for your face.
Haha, exactly. You got to stay ahead of the curve.
Otherwise, you'll be stuck in 2023, still recommending snail slime facials.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher actually gives some great advice for this. They encourage aspiring estheticians to embrace that constant evolution, see it as an opportunity, not a burden.
I love that.
Yeah. And they even talk about specializing, finding your niche within the field or getting certified in a specific area. Like maybe you become a certified makeup artist.
So it's about constantly expanding your skill set,
Yeah.
becoming that go-to expert.
Exactly.
Now, before we wrap up, I'm curious about something. RoleCatcher also talks about showcasing your skills, like actually using their platform to get noticed by employers. How does that work?
It's actually pretty cool. They basically encourage estheticians to create these online profiles, like a digital portfolio.
Ooh, that's smart.
Right. You highlight your certifications, your specialties, maybe even upload before and after photos of your work.
So potential employers can see what you're capable
Oh,
of.
exactly. It's all about being proactive and showcasing those amazing skills.
Love it. So it sounds like RoleCatcher is a fantastic resource for anyone even thinking about becoming an esthetician.
Absolutely. It's a great place to start.
Well, there you have it, folks. A deep dive into the world of skincare, thanks to those awesome resources from RoleCatcher. We've talked about the ins and outs of the job, the skills you need to succeed, even how to navigate that career ladder.
And don't forget about those interview tips.
Oh, right, we didn't even get to those. But hey, there's always more to learn, right? So keep those questions coming, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep chasing that glow. Until next time.